G'day, cunts! Welcome to episode number 64 of the GreenCast, a podcast by me, Mr. GreenText, where I'm usually remembering to myself like a madman in my bedroom. This episode's a day late because this weekend, from about Friday till late Sunday afternoon, I was out camping recently. And that's basically why. I had the option to either record it the Friday before I would have left for camping, or late Sunday night. I decided to do it the fucking next day on the Monday. So yeah, that's why it's a day late. And also I'm just like, I'll probably have some stories from camping anyway, so might as well just fucking put it out a day later anyway. I'm trying not to upload two things on the same day, so I was trying to work with schedules and live streaming and that sort of stuff. But yeah, camping was okay, I guess. Out of the camping spots I've been to recently, it's probably at the bottom of it. I went to a little place called, where was it? Nearham Creek, which is, I was about to say the distance from me, but, it's up the Sunshine Coast sort of way, not as far as other places like Kenilworth. It's basically, it has like a creek that's running through it, obviously, that actually has platypus in it, allegedly. I never saw any platypus in the wild. Don't really believe that they're a real creature. Don't know if I've ever actually seen any in real life. But yeah, I was umming and ahhing whether or not to actually go on this camping trip as well, because it was going to be myself and some other high school friends of mine. But my high school group is, what's the word? Incestuous, I guess is the way to put it at the moment. Out of everyone, 4 of them are dating, so there's 2 couples. So I was going camping with 2 fucking couples, basically. The past couple years, I guess people, I guess it happens. It happens in your immediate friend circles, people that you hang out with often. You're probably gonna develop fucking feelings with them or whatever. Good for them, but I don't know why I said yes as well, because of course there's gonna be fucking shit happening. And it was a good fucking sign as well that as soon as we were setting up our fucking camping chairs, one of the fucking couples just busts out a twin-seater fucking couple seat camping chair. So it's like literally one of those like fold-away camping chairs, except it has no arm in the middle. So it's like one of those like couple seats you see at cinemas, but folds away for camping. And I'm like, okay, this is the vibe already. We're already fucking doing this, are we? And yeah, literally, it seems to be a fucking running theme in my fucking life that while people are getting fucking laid and doing other, I was gonna say Chad things, more things that involve, like, the embrace of another human while I'm off playing fucking video games. I literally went out of my way the week before to go buy secondhand. Oh, that's a fucking aside too. I went to go buy a copy of Pokemon Black or White 2 because I just hadn't played those games. I missed them for some reason. As a kid, I'm like, why would I want to play the number 2 version? I've already played number 1. Because, Pokemon games are notorious for, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl is the same game, except slight differences. So I'm like, oh, why would I do that with Black and White 2? Missed it. For whatever fucking reason, Pokemon Black and White 2 are apparently just the most expensive fucking secondhand Pokemon games you can get right now, aside from, like, Heart Gold and Soul Silver with the attached, like, Pokewalker thing. Don't know why. I guess a lot of people had the same mentality as me and it didn't really fucking sell that well. So I guess now that, supply and demand, there's not many out there, so people are gonna fucking put that price up. I literally paid like $90 for this fucking thing, and that was a bargain. Like, they're all selling on eBay right now for like upwards of like $130 right now, which is fucking insane. That's more than retail. It's fucked. So yeah, I went and bought that off some guy on Facebook Marketplace, and so I was literally playing my DS at the time. There's a point where I'm just like happily playing Pokemon, and then I look up. There's the couples on the couple's chair, all snuggled up to each other. There's the other couple. The girl has moved over and sat in the guy's lap, and they're snuggling up together. And I'm just off in my corner by myself, playing Pokemon Black 2 on my DS by myself. And it it was just, that was the vibe of the weekend. There was points where like because you know, camping, you don't really do that fucking much particularly. So at one point someone's just like, oh, what, let's go for a walk around the camp. And I'm like, hell yeah, that'd be good. And I was smart because I bought my fucking headphones with me just in case. I slipped them in my pocket because I had a feeling something might happen. And yeah, the first hill we went up, basically everyone went, ah, that's a lot of work. No thanks. And then they just fucking walked back down. And I'm like, alright, I thought that was happening. I'm gonna go walk this and do the hike. Fuck you guys. And then just put my headphones in and fucking off I went. And there was a good point too during this hike, because nothing is really signed. It was just an obvious path that people had taken off the road and up the grass. And you could see there's like a patch that people have been walking along that like a lot. There was a good point where I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep taking the path that takes me higher and higher up this fucking side of the mountain. And there was a point where I was looking around and I'm like, I can't see camp and I can't see any roads. I might be fucking lost at one point. And I'm like, alright, well, worst comes to worst, I'm gonna just turn around. So I just kept going forward until eventually it did actually loop round back to the fucking camp. So they'd probably had a 5k fucking walk by myself. And by the time I wandered all the way back to our campsite as well, people were like, oh, you're finally back. Like, no one's just like, oh, where are you? Because they're all wrapped up with the other fucking person, because it was just a fucking couples trip. Oh my god. I was trying to get some of my other friends to come. And the bastard, my skate friend who has been on the podcast before, and probably will be again sometime soon, for that fucking podcast. I have promised you it will come out at one point, of How I Destroyed a Friend Group. That will come out at some point. I was trying to get him to come, but he's been a bastard and like not giving me an answer, to the point where my friends are just like, hey, we've paid his extra thing, is he coming or not? And he still wouldn't answer, so I just told him fucking no. So it was just me. I probably just should have said no too, but I do actually kind of enjoy camping. You know, whether it just can be by myself, fifth wheeling in the corner, and there was literally like fucking points where I'm like, oh, I fucking came back to the camp, right? It's like 3 p.m. in the afternoon, if that. And fucking both of the couples are in their own fucking swags, and I don't hear a fucking thing, and it's like, cool. I walk back into the campsite, and I just say out loud, I hope y'all ain't fucking. And I just hear rustles, and then just go, oh, we're not. And I'm like, oh, dude, my life, my whole fucking existence is just being cucked. Oh, holy fuck, dude. Anything else happened from that camping trip? I don't know, not really. I was kind of being autistic. I literally went out my way and bought a fucking 1.8 meter wooden dowel so I could practice some fucking spins and other tricks and stuff. Because there was one time in my life, and I mean, like, look, during my childhood, I was a Star Wars prequels boy. And so, you know, I'd yoink a piece of bamboo from the shed and I'd pretend to be fucking Darth Maul doing all the spin tricks and stuff. And I kind of can actually do, like, a lot of spins and stuff now, and I can swing it around my back and do a lot of other cool spins and stuff. And there was one time in my life where that came in handy, and I actually impressed a bunch of people and got like 3 girls Snapchat things that night. And that was, I was around a house party, and for some fucking reason, one of the guys happened to have a fire stick with 2 ends that you could light on fire. And they asked if anyone wants to go, and I went, oh yeah. And then immediately started doing all my fucking cool Darth Maul tricks, pretending I'm fucking, you know, fighting Qui-Gon Jinn or something. And it looks fucking cool as hell. It's buried in my Twitter somewhere if you want to go see that. But I never felt fucking cooler then, and I'd never gotten so much female attention when I was swinging that fucking fire thing around. So I'm hoping that one day that might be busted out again, and who fucking knows. The worst part was, during that time was like the 2-month period I was actually dating someone at the time. So I added them on Snapchat, but then I'm like, I can't fucking do anything, obviously, because I'm not a fucking piece of shit. So they got buried, and the thing got removed. Not long after. So the world giveth, and the world taketh away very fucking quick. But yeah, so I was just in the campsite, just fucking doing all the tricks and stuff, hitting the fucking tree, and doing shit like that. Apart from that, nothing else really happened. It was just a lot of me moping around, them making other jokes and talking about other sex stuff while I'm just in the corner playing Pokemon on my DS, being like, haha, yeah, right, I'm so fucking alone. My life's a fucking meme, man. My life's a fucking meme. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about, I'm kind of moving some shit around, sorry, hold on. Put that up there. Apparently, Australia is having a fucking mouse plague at the moment. Apparently, a lot of people know a lot about this. Yeah, I've got a couple news things up. I had no idea what the hell this is going on about. Yeah, I might put in some videos like around here where you can see there's just thousands and hundreds of thousands of these mice being like poured into fire that these farmers are just having to deal with because they're just eating up all their hay bale and stuff. Okay, I got a couple articles in front of me. As the mouse plague continues to ravage the western New South Wales, pest control experts have played down fears the rodents could be rolling over into the mountains of Sydney. But there's also a thing in here where it says that the mouse plague has already made its way to Sydney, because apparently they've just been hitching rides on food trucks, and so it's doing a lot of fucking damage. Which article was it here? This is my stalling voice. Come on, where is that fucking piece here? Here we go. Farmers in New South Wales, the worst affected state, warn the city critters could cost them around $1 billion in lost crops and poison baits this season. Residents of rural towns have been fighting the 6-month battle against the army of wild horse mouse. Wild house mouse. How do I have a narration channel? Which has gnawed through the wiring under home appliances, polluted water supplies, and even bitten patients in hospital beds. Oh my god, we're actually going through another fucking black plague. Holy shit. Scientists said the plague was bolstered by favourable weather conditions after years of drought in the nation's second biggest grain harvest on record. State authorities have proposed farming mice by allowing farmers to use poison bromaldehyde against the mice, which has ignited a furious debate. And it gets even fucking better too, because I was reading this other one. Where is this here? Here we go. This is a quote from like some of the farmers out there too. This is apparently in South Australia. Yeah, that's why people are kind of worried, because it happens more in South Australia than it does in New South Wales than moving to Sydney. Okay, yeah, the mice aren't likely to leave the food sources and head to the city, but they still are hitching rides. He said that the mouse numbers in regional New South Wales were likely to take a huge hit during winter, and come summertime the mice would turn from predators to prey. Well, I mean, it is also the beginning of winter, so that's going pretty fucking well, isn't it? And then he follows it up with saying, after the mice, the snakes will follow. Essentially, a plague of snakes is set to follow the plague of mice. Oh my god. Bruh. Imagine that. Imagine that fucking headline in the... Imagine that in, like, old European times when you have the Black Plague, and then immediately you have a plague of fucking snakes following after that. And I mean, look, if anywhere in the world is going to be the worrisome that there's a fucking plague of snakes, Australia is going to be the place. It says snakes are, of course, less damaging to crops and homes, but it still could be a cause of concern for people. Yeah, you fucking think? Good lord. Professor Carl Verns, a senior lecturer at mammal ecology and Conservation University in New England told no, and the mouse population was likely to diminish during the colder months, but it was hard to know when the plague would end. Yeah, exactly. This is like last week. Mice are driven by the same constraints on animals: food, shelter, and resources. If those things are there, they will go on breeding. Oh my god. As fucking plague of mice. Imagine that. Oh, finally, we've dealt with the plague of... This is literally what happened when... I don't know if a lot of people outside Australia know this, but especially in the southern-east part of Australia, we have a incredible cane toad overpopulation, and cane toads are a pest here. Basically, what they are is that, similar to this sort of situation, although we kind of did it ourselves, we had a huge infestation of like bugs and that sort of stuff that were attacking our sugarcane crops and was devastating it. And we were just so fucking down on our luck, and we had no better idea that we brought in this animal called the cane toad, which then would eat all the bugs and then save a bunch of our crops. But the problem was that they quickly fucking overpopulated and became a pest, and then I think they began eating the fucking cane crops. And the problem with cane toads is that they do have poison, and so other animals that, you know, see toads in the wild that aren't used to venomous things like cane toads, they're eating the toads and they're fucking dying too. So we just have this overpopulation of these fucking pest things. And like, you know, you're taught as a kid, or like my dad taught me to fucking, if you see one, kill one, or, you know, they're good fun to just punt as well, because they're fucking cane toads and, you know, they don't deserve to live. But yeah, similar situation. Imagine that. Fucking a plague of snakes immediately after the plague of mice. My good god. What else did I have here to talk about? Oh, yeah. I talked about this, or I brought it up in the end of one of the last GreenCast comps. It's a big thing, and I didn't realize it was a big thing, about how people wipe their ass when they go for a poo. Now, I am aware that there is a difference between how guys and girls might wipe their ass, because girls are obviously, you know, they have more of a sanitary thing that they have to worry about when they poop. So, you know, they typically taught front to back. But my entire life, I had been taught to wipe back to front. And when I brought this up at the end of the GreenCast compilation that went up last week and said that I wipe from back to front, I had a bunch of people calling me shitballs, and like people getting worried and saying how I'm questioning how I don't get shit on my balls when I wipe my ass. And I just got so confused. It was one of those things where you do this one thing the one way your entire fucking life, and then you realize people do it the opposite way to you, and it kind of fucking blows your mind. That was that to me. How people wipe their fucking ass, and people think that you get shit on your balls when you wipe your ass that way. And I don't understand how much of a fucking monkey you have to be to get shit on your balls. I've been wiping my ass like that for 22 fucking years, and I've never got shit on my balls. I don't understand. How fucking hard are you doing it to wipe your fucking ass that you're like, with such force that you're like ripping it up your balls? Just do a little scoop like that. What's so hard about that? Sure, people are saying you gotta reach for it. I'm not sorry about that visual. I've kind of wanted to do visual gags in the podcast for a while. If you're an audio listener, I'm not sorry. You're inferior, and go watch it on YouTube. I don't understand how hard and how much force you have to wipe shit on your balls. I don't understand. And even then, it feels so awkward. I feel like I'm going to get shit on my fingers if I'm wiping front to back. I don't understand. It's the wrong way to do it, and I will fucking die on this fucking hill, because there's no way that I am wrong. There's no way. And don't even get me fucking started on the absolute fucking Inhumans that stand when they wipe their ass. Not alone whether they wipe from front to back, the gall of people to stand when they wipe their ass. Like, this has really set me off, and it's kind of funny. Like, when you stand, your fucking ass cheeks will immediately close together, pressing your butt cheeks together like a little shit sandwich, and your buns being the actual buns in this situation, and the poop being the little ham meat getting squished on the inside. That is the most unsanitary way I think possibly you can wipe your ass, is 1, from front to back, and 2, standing up to fucking do it, dude. There's no way. Oh my god. Well, that was a fucking saga. I don't know where else to really go from that, other than you're a fucking ape, and I want to continue this conversation actually in the comments down below. Please let me know what. Oh, yeah, also let me know if you're one of these fucking people that stand up to fucking wipe. I'd love to know that. But 2, if you are a front to back wiper, please try the other way and let me know if you get shit on your balls, because I put up a poll on my Twitter yesterday, just asking. Actually, let me just double check and see what that's at the moment. Asking for the guys, if they are a back to front wiper, if they've ever gotten shit on their balls, and currently it has 14 votes, and it's 85% saying no, I'm not a monkey, and 14% saying yes, it is the worst. So yes, I think I'm currently very much in the right here, assuming that yes, you're a monkey if you stand up and then front to back wipe. But yeah, please do let me in the comments down below. This is the real stuff we're getting into. Oh my god. Another random thing that has consumed a lot of my life recently is the type of fucking shorts that I wear as well. Hold on, it's really fucking hot in here. I've got my heater on, but I've got it on too much. But I'm not going to cut this out of the podcast, and you're going to watch me walk away as I go and turn off the heater. Alright, it's off. I'm coming back now. It's kind of going back to normal temperature. It's 18 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in your fucking shit inferior whatever the fuck unit of measurement, freedom fucking whatever. Anyway, my pants. I'm kind of one of those guys who just always wears shorts no matter what time of year it is. I just find that it's much more freeing. I like the look better. I don't like how long pants feel on me. I literally own like one pair of jeans, own a couple of trackies, tracksuit pants for everywhere else in the world. I just love the freedom of being able to bend down, being able to fucking squat in pants, and it's been a whole saga, majority of my life, to figure out the perfect pants and what the hell they are called, because, you know, if I find a nice pair of shorts that I like, I'll just wear it fucking every day until it just gets like a hole in the crotch or some shit like that, and then I'm fucked again. I have to go find another pair. But the problem now is that now that we're in winter in Australia, not a lot of places have a lot of options for shorts. A lot of people just have like the long jeans and trackies and everything else like that. And they're getting rid of a lot of their old summer and spring stock now. And so I'm just kind of fucked on the short front. But it wasn't until recently that I found that Vans are having a sale, and I'm a fucking, you know, people that know me, I'm a skater, not a very fucking good one, but I was having a look through and I saw that they had a pair of pants on sale, Vans branded pants. And so I thought, oh, they look pretty nice. And they were called like Volley something or other. I got them. They're amazing. They stretch very fucking well. And then upon Googling, that's apparently what they're fucking called, Volley pants. And that was another big criteria of my pants as well, is that they always have to be above the knee. There's nothing worse looking on a guy than shorts that go below the fucking knee. And that goes for all cargo shorts and everything else like that. The only correct way for men to wear shorts is above the knee. And this is another hill that I will very much fucking die on. Because it just goes better with everything else. And also, a different thing for me is that I can style shorts a lot easier because I have this underwear called Nobby underwear. One day they might sponsor me, and it kind of always peeks out a little bit out my shorts because I have the long leg pros because my fucking thighs are absolutely just one mound of fucking muscle because I just do a shit ton of like leg stuff at gym. So I do get chafing from time to time, and these are the best underpants I've ever found in my life to not chafe and also be comfortable and breathable and that sort of stuff. And they have a bunch of different designs as well, and they're all different colors, so I could almost kind of style my underwear as well as the rest of my outfit with the shorts that I wear as well. So yeah, so after finding out that they are called volley pants, I now own like 3 or 4 pairs of different volley pants. And it's fucking amazing. Finally, after all this time of searching, trying to find the perfect pair of pants and what they are called, I have found that, and I thought I might bestow on to you because, I don't know, there might be somewhere out there in a similar situation to me where they do enjoy wearing shorts all the time and they love the stretch and being able to pop a fucking squat and not have to worry about the ripping sound or ripping something and straight up the fucking gooch and stuff like that. So yeah, just a little something I thought I'd share with everybody. It was such a fucking thing in my life that I thought I had to share it with a bunch of strangers on the internet. Oh, fuck. The other big thing that happened recently, obviously, was Melbourne, Australia, has gone back into lockdown. Thankfully, I do not live there. I am in Brisbane, not fucking Melbourne, different state. Let me just quickly look up some articles. Melbourne lockdown. Because the poor bastards, again, they're on their 4th lockdown now, which, if you don't know, Melbourne is also the city with the longest lockdown in the world. They had like over 100 days of lockdown. Which, say what you want about, oppressive governments and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we literally have cases in, like, under 10 cases at the moment. Well, in my fucking city. Actually, I don't know about the case numbers in Melbourne. Melbourne, COVID. I just realized my podcast is fucked because I've said the name of the thing. Let's see. Overnight. Give me some. Melbourne records 2 no local cases. On track for easing restrictions. Let's see. So they had... Yeah, they maxed at 12 cases in one day in May, which we literally had 0 for so fucking long. And at this point, the 4th lockdown, like, I think everyone agreed that it was the right thing to do, locking everyone down for a while because our cases fucking plummeted very fucking fast. But it's at the point now where about the 4th lockdown, everyone's fucking over it. No one gives a shit at this point, and everyone's pissed about the fucking government because our vaccine rollout has got to be some of the worst in the world by fucking far. Like, I've been memeing on America the entire time with their COVID, and I still will meme on them for the rest of time because it's just too easy of a target, man. But I will congratulate America for their rollout of the vaccine. They seem to be doing it like they've got it fucking down pat at this point. Well, meanwhile here, I still can't like get a vaccination even if I want to. There's literally a fucking government website I have to fill out and answer a bunch of questionnaires to see if I'm eligible to get the vaccine because they're currently trying to roll it out through the elderly and then, the worker force. But it's been like it's been so many months we've had this vaccine and it's still not like properly rolled out, and there's been such a miscommunication with the vaccine as well. Like, I think we're getting the Pfizer vaccine as well, which is the ones that apparently cause blood clots, and because of that, people rightfully aren't fucking getting that now. But then they would come back and say that, it doesn't cause a blood clot, it's safe for you. And then immediately the next day, we had like a fucking case where we had the first woman that died from a blood clot, but maybe not, because even though the article headline was literally like linked to death, you read the fucking article and it says likely, and nowhere in the article it doesn't confirm that it's actually linked to the vaccination with the blood clot. So it's just the whole media has not helped in this situation at all with their telling of the vaccine and their rollout too. Meanwhile, even browsing through like TikTok, I'm seeing people in fucking Brisbane, people my fucking age, apparently just walking into hospitals and just getting vaccinated and not having to wait that long at all, because they literally they have the capacity to vaccinate way more people than they are allowing to. And because of that, like, they're just having to throw fucking vaccinations out. Because, of course, they have an expiry date and everything, and they have to use these fucking supplies, so people that just walk in and ask for it, of course they're just gonna fucking give it to them. What? They're just gonna let it go to waste? It's such a fucking meme, and everyone's so fucking over the government and just the way that they're handling everything. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure, I'm not gonna look it up because I can't really be bothered, but the main outbreak at the moment here is from a federally run quarantine hotel. And they're just blaming they're blaming Victoria for the outbreak, when even it's literally in like the Constitution and whatever fucking that writing is, that these sorts of events, they're supposed to be run on the federal level, while meanwhile every fucking state has had to make their own quarantine hotels. And they've been blamed for everything when it's supposed to be the federal government's responsibility. And then the one fucking hotel that the government fucking run in Victoria, they have a fuck up. And then they just blame Victoria again. And it's just a fucking cycle again, and no one can give a shit about this recent lockdown for it. People, I can't imagine, would respect it at all, particularly. And it's just a fucking meme, and everyone's so fucking over it at this point. And there's just nothing we can really do. Like, I don't know. I could probably walk down to some random fucking hospital at this point and just ask for a vaccination. They probably will give it to me, but by the government website, I'm apparently not allowed to get the vaccine yet. And even then, I don't know which one I would really even get. I don't really think I'd give a shit particularly. It's not that I'm really at high risk particularly at any point, but I think I would like to get vaccinated, you know? I had sort of plans to maybe do some international travel the next couple of years, but that's just out the fucking window. Who knows when I could possibly... Like, there's estimates that my age group won't get vaccinated till maybe even beginning of next year. What a fucking joke that is, bro. What a fucking joke. Oh... That's my rant about the government, really. Liberal bad, Labour in, please. Oh my god. Anyway, let's get into the most artistic part of this podcast, shall we? And that is, of course, answer questions for a bunch of you cunts. So, if you want to send any questions, queries, any topics that you'd like me to talk about, or anything like that, you can either drop me an email at mrgreentext@gmail.com, or you can go into the Discord, go down to the GreenCast chat, and pop something in there. And that is today, where I'm going to read a bunch of stuff from there, shall we? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Straight away. Gunny Highway. What is your opinion on the Australian gun policy? So, ignoring the rest of the world for a minute, I think the gun policy here is a net positive for this country. I don't see guns around in the public. I'm not fearful to be shot by a gun by some random stranger. I don't have to carry a gun in my home for any sort of defense. People will always find a way to find guns on the black market, but it is significantly harder for some Joe Blow to go get a gun. So overall, I think it is a net positive for Australia. Obviously, the gun policy will not work in other countries like the US, for example. I don't know what you could really do about any sort of gun-related thing in America because I don't live there. I don't know. Obviously, what works here will not work there because it is so ingrained in the culture there. And that is all I have to say about that. Dumbfuck asks, if you want to change something in your life, what would you change that could affect your life? Now, there's a couple different ways you could take this question, whether it just be like going in your past and changing something in your life to see what would happen. And I don't know if I'd really change anything, to be honest. I mean, sure, everyone would like a little bit more money. I'd love a loving relationship with someone. But I don't think I would change my past to change my future, because who fucking knows where I might be then. But I'm quite content with where I am right now. Like, for fucking example, if I didn't go to university, I wouldn't be in this place here right now, most likely, because I wouldn't have met my housemate that I'm currently with. I wouldn't have made a bunch of the friends from there that I currently have. They're some of the best friends I've ever had. If I hadn't gone to my high school, I mightn't have even had the idea to go to that university, wouldn't have met those friends. I'd have no idea where I'd be, and that's a more scarier thought to me than trying to improve the life here just by changing something in my past, I'd say. Reese Zero says, when you were a little nipper, what was your goal for life, and how do you think that has changed over time? So when I was in grade 7, my goals were, I wanted to become a game developer. I literally had a little sketchbook beside my bed where I'd write ideas for video games, because that was my whole fucking life, where I'd write video game ideas and cinematics and stuff like that. It even got to the point where in high school, me and a bunch of other people got offered an internship at a video game studio while we're still studying at school. And so one day a week we would go to this games development studio, and they would train us to make assets and that sort of stuff. And that's when I realized I want nothing to do with game development, because that seems like an absolute hell. Coding is a whole fucking thing. If I see it in my life, or the less I see it in my life, the better it will be, because it's essentially learning a whole other fucking language, and, you know, shit like your whole code could be fucked because you put a space in between a comma that you shouldn't have. Shit like that. No thanks. 3D modeling, potentially, maybe. Not in game development. I'm still kind of shit at 3D modeling. But it very much has changed. When I was there was, you know, competitions to make videos, and I would win those fucking every week, as well. And so it very much changed from video games to filmmaking, which I still am kind of doing from time to time. Doing stuff in the film industry. I thought I'd be more of an editor, but over time it's kind of changed more into prop making and production design sort of stuff. So still in the industry. So it's kind of changed a little bit at every point almost, but still sort of in the creative industries and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, it has changed a significant bit over time. Definitely, yeah, was not going to be a fucking game developer at any point. That's for fucking sure. I don't really know what I wanted to be when I was a kid. There's nothing where I'm like, I want to be like an astronaut. I had nothing like that. Or like, I want to be a race car driver. I didn't have anything like that when I was a kid. Those are pretty much the only one off the top of my head that I can really think of. 813 asks, how's the wife? She's non-existent, unfortunately. And that's about it, really. There's not really any other decent questions that really merit me answering stuff to it. So it's a bit of a shorter episode this week, but still an episode nonetheless. Yep, I missed last week's episode, but yeah, I made this week's episode. I had an excuse. but I made it. Yeah. If you made it the whole way through this episode, please do let me know in the comments. Let me know how you wipe your ass, whether you stand to wipe, and whether you wipe from front to back, and then also, yeah, if you the mix of those two as well. Yeah, please. Let me know in the comments down below. My name is Mr. GreenCast. Let me know in the comments. Fucking, I don't know what I'm doing. My name's Jeff. Goodbye.